Please like the video and share it so that it reaches many more people and you get sawaba, or rewards from Allah. This could be a sawabe jariyah or continuous reward for you long after you are gone.
Volume 1, Book 12, number 801. Narrated by Mahmud bin Arabi. I remember Allah's apostle and also the mouthful of water which he took from a bucket in our house and ejected on me. I heard from Ltban bin Malik al-Ansari, who was one from Bani Salim, saying, I used to lead my tribe of Bani Salim in prayer. Once I went to the Prophet and said to him, I have weak eyesight and at times the rainwater flood intervenes between me and the mosque of my tribe, and I wish that you would come to my house and pray at some place so that I could take that place as a place for praying, mosque. He said, Allah willing, I shall do that. Next day Allah's apostle along with Abu Bakr came to my house after the sun had risen high and he asked permission to enter. I gave him permission, but he didn't sit till he said to me, Where do you want me to pray in your house? I pointed to a place in the house where I wanted him to pray. So he stood up for the prayer and we aligned behind him. He completed the prayer with taslim and we did the same simultaneously. Volume 1, Book 12, number 802. Narrated by Abu Mabad. The freed slave of Ibn Abbas. Ibn Abbas told me, in the lifetime of the Prophet it was the custom to celebrate Allah's praises aloud after the compulsory congregational prayers. Ibn Abbas further said, when I heard the dhikr, I would learn that the compulsory congregational prayer had ended. Volume 1, Book 12, number 803. Narrated by Ibn Abbas. I used to recognize the completion of the prayer of the Prophet by hearing takbir. Volume 1, Book 12, number 804. Narrated by Abu Hurairah. Some poor people came to the Prophet and said, the wealthy people will get higher grades and will have permanent enjoyment, and they pray like us and fast as we do. They have more money by which they perform the Hajj and Umrah, fight and struggle in Allah's cause and give in charity. The Prophet said, shall I not tell you a thing upon which if you acted you would catch up with those who have surpassed you? Nobody would overtake you and you would be better than the people amongst whom you live except those who would do the same. Say, Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, and Allahu Akbar 33 times each after every compulsory prayer. We differed and some of us said that we should say, Subhanallah 33 times and Alhamdulillah 33 times and Allahu Akbar 34 times. I went to the Prophet who said, say, Subhanallah and Alhamdulillah and Allahu Akbar all together for 33 times. Volume 1, Book 12, number 805. Narrated by Warid. The clerk of Al-Mughira bin Shu'bah. Once Al-Mughira dictated to me in a letter addressed to Muawiyah that the Prophet used to say after every compulsory prayer, La ilaha illallah wahdahu la sharika lahu, lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu, wa huwa ala kulli shay'in qadir. Allahumma la mani, alima ataita, wa la mutia lima manata, wa la yanva'u dal j adi minka ljadd. None has the right to be worshipped but Allah, and he has no partner in lordship or in worship or in the names and the qualities, and for him is the kingdom and all the praises are for him, and he is omnipotent. O Allah, nobody can hold back what you give and nobody can give what you hold back. Hard efforts by anyone for anything cannot benefit one against your will. And Al-Hasan said, Al-Jadd means prosperity. Volume 1, Book 12, number 806. Narrated by Samura bin Jundub. The Prophet used to face us on completion of the prayer. Volume 1, Book 12, number 807. Narrated by Zaid bin Khalid al-Juhani. The Prophet led us in the Fajr prayer at Hudaybiyah after a rainy night. On completion of the prayer, He faced the people and said, "Do you know what your Lord has said, revealed?" The people replied, "Allah and His Apostle know better." He said, "Allah has said, in this morning some of my slaves remained as true believers and some became non-believers. Whoever said that the rain was due to the blessings and the mercy of Allah had belief in me and he disbelieves in the stars, and whoever said that it rained because of a particular star had no belief in me but believes in that star." Volume 1, Book 12, number 808. Narrated by Anas bin Malik. Once the Prophet delayed the Isha prayer until midnight and then came to us. Having prayed, he faced us and said, "The people had prayed and slept, but you were in the prayer as long as you were waiting for it." Volume 1, Book 12, number 809. Narrated by Salama. The Prophet, after finishing the prayer with Taslim, used to stay at his place for a while. Ibn Shihab said, "I think, and Allah knows better, that he used to wait for the departure of the women who had prayed." Ibn Shihab wrote that he had heard it from Hind bint al-Harith al-Firasiyah from Salama. The wife of the Prophet, Hind, was from the companions of Salama, who said, when the Prophet finished the prayer with Taslim, the women would depart and enter their houses before Allah's Apostle departed. Volume 1, Book 12, number 810. Narrated by Uqba. I offered the Asr prayer behind the Prophet at Medina. When he had finished the prayer with Taslim, he got up hurriedly and went out by crossing the rows of the people to one of the dwellings of his wives. The people got scared at his speed. The Prophet came back and found the people surprised at his haste and said to them, "I remembered a piece of gold lying in my house and I did not like it to divert my attention from Allah's worship, so I have ordered it to be distributed, in charity." Volume 1, Book 12, number 811. Narrated by Abdullah. You should not give away a part of your prayer to Satan by thinking that it is necessary to depart, after finishing the prayer, from one's right side only. I have seen the Prophet often leave from the left side. Volume 1, Book 12, number 812. Narrated by Ibn Umar. During the holy battle of Khaybar, the Prophet said, "Whoever ate from this plant, i.e. garlic, should not enter our mosque." Volume 1, Book 12, number 813. Narrated by Arta. I heard Jabir bin Abdullah saying, the Prophet said, "Whoever eats from this plant," he meant garlic, "should keep away from our mosque." I said, "What does he mean by that?" He replied, "I think he means only raw garlic."